Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Main Event, which is back again. Hi, I am Jonathan Coachman, here with Trini Kwan and with Taz. And today on Main Event, we got Holy Fellow Nicholas, or Father Yule, or the Heavenly Gift Giver. Ho, 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 and wish everybody a happy Yule. Well, I know it's not really truly Yule yet. Yule don't happen until the 25th. And the Yule I speak of is the birth of Jesus, the Son of God. So, since God so loved the world so much, God gave us his only Son as a gift to all mankind and womankind. For those who, through his death and through his blood and through his rebirth, we we got forever life. We got cleaned of our sins. And for believers and non-believers and unbelievers alike, our sins was cleaned that day when Jesus died for us. But before that, God so loved us so much, God was willing to give us a son. He was willing to give us a gift. And that gift was his son Jesus, who came to earth as a baby, as a walker, and as a kid, and as a tween. But when he became a grown-up, that is when his true calling came. Jesus healed folks. He made the deaf hear, and the blind see, and the lame walk. He fed many folks with fish and water. He did many things. But one of the greatest things that God and Jesus did was yield up his life for us. And when Jesus died for us, God was willing to put Jesus through it, and Jesus was willing to go through it, since God and Jesus loved us that much that they were willing to do that. And through his death, and through his blood, we got forever life, and our sins were cleaned. So that's why Yule is so outstanding to the Christian folk out there. Because we onlook the birth of Jesus, Son of God, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, Earl of Earls, Thane of Thanes, Kaiser of Kaisers. I get it. I understand the birth of Jesus and him and everything. But I don't understand you, Santa Claus. I mean, when you think of it, you really have nothing to do with Jesus' birth. I'm telling the truth here. You got nothing to do with his birth. You are not one of those shepherds who went to see him that night when he was born, or that evening. You are not any of the wise men that came to him bearing gifts and goodwill. Stop talking about how you do all this, how you give out all the gifts, and stop saying you do it in the name of God and Jesus, because you don't. That's where you are wrong, Charlotte Flair. I've been giving out gifts for many years, and I've been doing it out of onlook for God and Jesus, since God gave Jesus to us as a gift. The way I could bring onlook to God and Jesus was by giving out gifts, the same way that God gave Jesus to us as a gift. So I do it in the name of God and Jesus. And it's true. I wasn't around that time. It's true. It's true I'm not in the holy book. It's true I wasn't one of those many shepherds or those wise men that spent years in looking for the greatest gift to give to God's Son, Jesus, and then wise enough not to tell King Herod about it afterwards. I wasn't any of them. But I could have been one of them. And I know that you're not the true Holy Fellow Nicholas. I know that Christopher Kringle gave it over to Seth Applegate, and Seth Applegate gave it to Joseph Caratus, and Joseph Caratus gave it to Scott Calvin. So I know you, Scott Calvin. Hey, Charlotte Flair, are you just here just to be a bitch? I mean, come on. You're being a bitch to Holy Fellow Nicholas? Father Yule, the heavenly gift giver, the one who gives the gifts and the one who works for God and Jesus to bring that glee and happiness and that love and forgiveness that God and Jesus gave to us. You know what? I think, Santa, if you forgive me here, that Charlotte Flair should not be getting anything this year, since she seems to behave as if she's got everything. Well, you could be right about that, Madison Rain. Charlotte Flair does behave like she's got everything, or she behaves as if she should have everything. Well, at least I can stand up. At least I can stand up, Charlotte, without you. You gotta have a stand to stand in. You do behave, Charlotte Flair, as if you think you should have everything. And you scathe me for working for God and Jesus. Shame on you, because I do work for God and Jesus. I give out gifts in the behalf of God and Jesus, the same way God gave Jesus to us as a gift. You, shame on you. And since I don't have any, and since I do not have any booking oversight or any riding oversight until holiday hell, I can't do anything. But I know some folks out there who can. Let's go. And God bless you, Madison Rain. And God bless you too, Charlotte Flair. No, you don't behave like it. So, let me guess what's going on here, Astronema says. You think you come out here scathing Santa Claus, Holy Fellow Nicholas, Heavenly Gift Giver, Father Yule. For what? Astronema says. Why? Because you're because you're the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter? No, the truth I came out to tell everyone that Holy Fellow Nicholas doesn't give out gifts. He's not working for God and Jesus. He doesn't do all that cool shit. Stop lying. Well, that's where you're wrong, Astronema says. He does give out gifts to folks. And the only grounds he does it is he's giving onlook to God and Jesus, for God giving Jesus to us as a gift. That's his only grounds for doing it. And so you want to behave badly today? So here, you want to behave badly? You want to behave like Ebenezer Scrooge? You want to behave like Vincent Grinch? Well, here you go. Today, right here, on Main Event or Main Show, the World Women's Heavyweight Winnings is on the line. You know? Astronema says, but Ecliptor said, Ebenezer Scrooge learned the right way to behave, and God and Jesus helped him see a lot of good in his life. And he became good, the same way God and Jesus helped Grinch out too. I want to wish Madison Rain, I want to wish Charlotte Flair that you could see some good in your life the same way that Ebenezer Scrooge and Grinch did with the help of God and Jesus. Ecliptor says. Well, it is true. Well, we're going to have the women's heavyweight winning, the World Women's Heavyweight Winnings here today on Main Event or Main Show. This is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. First, she is Madison Rain, and she is the TWF. She is the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Charlotte Flair. First off, Taz says, I don't know why Astronema and Ecliptor say she's behaving like Ebenezer Scrooge and Grinch for. Oh, Madison Rain just got taken down by Charlotte Flair, who seems to believe she's the greatest woman wrestler out there, Joey Styles says. Well, she is, Taz says. She's a 6-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She's a 6-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She's a 2-time WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Taz said, but her behavior, her mindset, being a heel, being a bully, being a creep, Trini Kwanzaa doesn't seem to be a hang-up for you. Whoa! And she just did the natural selection to Madison Rayne, who is at least a 6-time or 7-time IW women's heavyweight fighter, who was at least a 2-time TWF women's heavyweight fighter back in the day. Charlotte Flair thinks she's going to do it. She missed it. Madison Rayne coming back now. Madison Rayne with a spear on Charlotte Flair, Jonathan Coachman says. I'll tell you one thing, Trini Kwan said. I would like Madison Rayne to beat Charlotte Flair and become the new world women's heavyweight fighter, Trini Kwan says. Yeah, well, that wish isn't going to come true. Taz said. That's one wish that's not going to come true. Well, what the hell? Jonathan Coachman says, will Madison Rayne give up here? Ding, 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 ding. Here is your winner. Here is your... natural selection. Here is your winner. And still the world women's heavyweight fighter, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair behaving like a bitch, being a bully, being a creep, being a hill again, Trini Kwan said. She should truly be ashamed of herself and the way she behaves. Well, Taz says when you are the world women's heavyweight fighter, you don't care about how you behave. There is no standards, Taz said. Well, there is standards, Trini Kwan said, and Charlotte Flair believes that she's above the standard. Well, she is the standard, Taz said. So when you are the standard, there is no under or above. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Jonathan Coachman says, Charlotte Flair playing like a heel, playing like a bully, playing like a creep again, scathing Holy Fellow Nicholas, Father Yule, the Heavenly Gift Giver, here today on Main Event or Main Show. But she's still the world women's heavyweight fighter, so I guess that means something, Jonathan Coachman says. Shit. Well, I do know one thing. Joey Styles is going to be Joey Styles now. I do know Joey Styles is going to be talking with the world women's heavyweight fighter Charlotte Flair. We almost had a mishap, but we thought the belt went missing. Oh, this. All right, Charlotte Flair. We just seen how you behaved out there. Go over again. I just saw how you behaved out there. How you shamed at Santa Claus. How you scathed and shamed at Holy Fellow Nicholas. And what the shit you did to Madison Rayne. Do you have any shame? First off, Joey Styles, when you are the queen, when you have won the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winnings, the WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight winnings 6 times between each yourself, when you won the WNXT Women's Heavyweight winnings about 2 times, you have no shame. I have no shame for shaming and scathing Santa Claus and what I did to Madison Rayne here on Main Event or Main Show. You know, I just beat what was she? A 5-time or a 6-time IW Women's Heavyweight fighter? Well, the only grounds to why she won it 6 times because I wasn't an IW to win it. Well, that might be true and all, but you behaving like a bully, like a heel, like a creep, you don't see anything wrong with that? No, I don't. And I shamed Madison Rayne on Main Event or Main Show, and I will shame her again. She gets in my way, I'll shame her again. Well, this is all the time I have. Well, that was my talk with Charlotte Flair. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Charlotte Flair here on Main Event or Main Show. And that's all the time we got here for Main Event or Main Show. I am Jonathan Coachman for Trini Kwan and Taz. We hope you like Main Event or Main Show. And we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, or a Lone Day Night Raw.